Engaging Month. We wouldn't be the same athletes we are without our athletic trainers.
That's why we want to thank the athletic training staff from Lindsey Wilson College.
Thank you for all your hard work and dedication you put into your job.
Thank you from
Lindsey Wilson,
Swimming Team!
I've always had a passion in athletics. I originally went to college on track scholarship, so I kind of knew I wanted to work with athletes or something to do with that space. I originally was going to go for physical therapy, and then when I went and shadowed, the population's not really what I want to work with, and I knew I wanted to work with athletes specifically. And athletic training kind of gives me that position to still do physical therapy stuff with my patients, but I'm working more specifically with athletes. My favorite part is seeing the day-to-day progress of my patients. Being an athletic trainer, you get to be with your patients basically daily, and seeing the progress I get to make with my patients from a day-to-day basis is my favorite thing. Besides being like that first person of contact for injuries, I feel like we're very versatile when it comes to professions in healthcare. We can do kind of skills that every other profession has on top of the skills that we learn specifically to us in terms of like evaluations and things like that.
On behalf of Blue Raider Football, we want to thank our training staff, not only for having a tough job and still taking care of us, but for being the nice people and the kind people that they are.
We truly appreciate everything y'all have done for us. On the field, off the field, we know that y'all are a helping hand in all situations, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Lindsey Wilson training staff, for putting our health first.
We didn't have an athletic trainer at my high school, and like halfway through, I think it was my junior year, I just started taping it. Like I just looked up a video and I started taping ankles, and from there it just kind of snowballed. And when I got to college, I was wrestling in college and I blew my shoulder out, and I started working with our athletic trainers, and I just kind of ended up just kind of fell into my lap. Just being able to make connections, like I could make a lot more money if I was a PT, like a chiropractor or a doctor, but I enjoy making the connections with people, being able to see people every single day at practice and being able to like talk with them every single day. We're the first line of defense, so like if somebody gets hurt, they could go to the hospital, they could go see a doctor for a minor injury, or they could come see us, and it tends to save a lot of money for both the school and for the athlete. Instead of going and seeing a doctor, they can come see us and we take care of them versus them going and like seeing an outside provider.
Lindsey Wilson Volleyball would like to say a huge thank you to our trainers for everything what they do for us.
Thank you!
I had two really good athletic trainers, one when I was in high school, the other one my sophomore year of college. And everything that I went through high school and also college, and working with them made me want to become an athletic trainer and do what they did for me for other people. My favorite part would be helping athletes at their sort of lowest and seeing them all the way back through playing their sport. I feel like without us, athletes would be playing through injuries and need surgery more often than they need to.
Hey, I just want to thank the athletic training staff and all the hard work that they do throughout the year with so many different sports that they have to juggle and be around. But thank you so much for all the effort that you put into our athletes here at Lindsey Wilson College.
When I was in high school, and I remember the first time I had gotten hurt, like this back issue that I was dealing with, and I had went into my athletic trainer's office not knowing that they were even athletic trainers, and just the overall like vibe and just welcoming presence that they gave me really like got me interested into the profession. And then between like just chopping it up with my coworkers, being able to watch the games with my athletes and seeing them progress, doing the rehab portion of athletic training, which I feel as if like I grow the most and like I'm able to see different things. It's a culmination of really all of those things, and kind of just being able to be like not only like, you know what I'm saying, my own like boss and like a fan, but just someone who's ever growing in this profession as well, and getting to see it rise from where it was like when I was growing up. we're able to determine whether like an athlete may need like excessive like care outside of our facility, or if we can like basically help them out right then and there. Whether it's as small as like covering a cut and cleaning it, putting a Band-Aid and taping it, letting the athlete go back out there, or determining whether they need to be seen by a doctor or more imaging. We're kind of that first response in their health care, and I feel as if like that's super important, because not only does it save a lot of time and resources, it also saves a lot of money, and it just helps, I feel like, everybody out, because it, you know, we're able to kind of determine whether or not more or less is needed.
Hey Jeff, this is Coach Dobbins over at Lindsay. We just want to stop by and say we love you and appreciate everything you've done for the women's wrestling team this year. If they gave out trophies for ATs of the year, you would definitely get it from us. But as always, we love and appreciate everything you do and all the efforts you put into our program. And just keep up the great work. You know, find a way. You know, thanks again.
My high school had one when I became like a sophomore, and me and him became kind of pretty cool. And then I injured myself my sophomore year, and I worked with him a lot. And then towards the end of high school, it really interested me, and then going through like rehab with him and everything, I thought it was a pretty cool thing to get into. Connecting with the athletes, I think this year I developed a pretty good relationship with all my sports. It's just connecting with them, knowing them in their like personal lives and everything, knowing their knowing their personalities and everything, getting along with them, laughing with them every day. That's kind of like what makes the job for me. I think we're fairly important, just obviously with safety and everything, providing like, especially in emergency situations, having someone there to respond, whether it's life-threatening or not, is fairly important.
I just wanted to give a huge shout out to our athletic training staff here at Lindsey Wilson College. These guys are the heartbeat behind the scenes, keeping our athletes strong and healthy for competition each and every day. They work long hours and juggle every sport on campus, and I just wanted to reach out and say thank you. We appreciate everything that you do.
So in high school, I was a musician and stuff, so I played in the orchestra, and I kind of got burnt out on that musical kind of environment and stuff, so I was looking for classes kind of for an easy A and stuff, and one of the classes that came up was the athletic training course. And it kind of blossomed into something where it is now and stuff, where I'm 13 years into this profession and stuff, where I want to continue to do this and stuff. So it kind of started in high school and then kind of blossomed from there. Seeing those athletes return to play and stuff, you see athletes on the worst day of their lives when they get injured, and seeing the process that they make, the goals that they set and stuff, and ultimately returning them to the field and stuff, you kind of get a little teary-eyed when they get to make that first play and stuff, or throw that first pitch and stuff, or win a national championship, like I've had with some of my athletes and stuff that have come back from injuries. When I first started here at Lindsey and stuff in 2014 stuff, I was assistant athletic trainer assigned to men's soccer, wrestling, tennis, and cheer, and it's grown into the point where I'm now the head athletic trainer and adjunct professor in physical education and stuff, and it's more about growth. And so Lindsey Wilson is a great place for individuals, both athletic trainers and athletes and stuff, to grow into whatever they want to go and stuff. So if that's going professional and stuff, if that's gaining more opportunities and stuff like myself, that's kind of where Lindsey Wilson has been able to not only help this profession and stuff as athletic trainers, but also the individuals who are associated with this program.
And I would just like to take a minute to thank our athletic training staff. You guys are invaluable, and we so much appreciate your tireless efforts in caring for our student athletes. Your dedication and desire to help is very much appreciated, and this job would be much, much harder if it weren't for you. So thank you so very much.
Hey, on behalf of the athletic department, I just want to take this opportunity to thank Jesse, Muha, Kaysen, Cam, Jeffrey, and Ace for all that they do for our student athletes and coaching staff. They have a job that's so important here for our athletic department. I know they care so much about our student athletes, and they work tirelessly. They're always in season, and they're always doing a great job and focused on the well-being of our students. So I just want you all to know how much I appreciate you, and I'm so glad you're a part of our team at Lindsey Wilson.
Who's your favorite team to work with?
Oh, favorite team to work with. Oh, that's a good question. Maybe the one that gives me the most gear.
You're putting me in a tough spot. I'd say my favorite I enjoy is probably football, just because there's so many different guys and personalities. But I also love basketball because that's like my favorite sport. And the guys I work with there, I'm really close with because there's less of them. So just take that as you will.
I love everybody pretty equally. I want to say soccer is my main one, just because I love watching the sport and I used to play soccer. So.
Oh, I love this question. I love all of my athletes equally.
Tennis.
There are some special cases like with baseball and archery and stuff that kind of help me grow as athletic trainers and stuff. So I'd say probably baseball and archery.